This is Foggert, the friendly Fogman. Fog boys are ferocious, but he's a friendly fellow, fond of making friends and finding fun. Foggert, in fact, is a fan of only disgusterous snozcumbers and fizzy frobscottle, not, fleshier foods. So Foggert fled the fearsome fog boys and sought out a friendlier sort of folk. Though he once mingled amongst the mongrel mutts, he was met with a malicious cry. So he set out, swiftly sneaking south to find his more maidened and melanin-lacking kinsmen. But they sought succinct solutions. Foggert even took to sea. But swimming made him squeamish. He scoured the land for a friend, seeking the sheck, but alas, they said his buggy body was far from friend-worthy. Foggert, the friendly fogman wandering through, wants to be your friend, share some time with you, spirit bright and true, heart kind and bold. Foggert, the friendly fogman, wants a friend to hold. Foggert fled from red spiders, yellow spiders, robot spiders. He fled from endangered silverback gorillas and danger-giraffes. Foggert fled far and wide, seeking a place to belong. But alas, he found only people who wanted him for his buggy body, not for his being. He fled here and there, you could almost say Foggert fled everywhere. He fled until one day he found a most majestic creature. Foggert felt fearful, but for a moment forgot to flee. Instead, Foggert stared, observing the beauty and majesty of the world around him. He began to discover the depth of experience life has left surrounding him. Foggert learned that the quest for friendship is fleeting, even if his path intersected with another's. The connection would be transient, his own consciousness the lone perpetual companion on his sojourn through life. Foggert sought no longer the mountains of happiness to conquer the valleys of despair, but to find the beauty in the path trod both up and down. Foggert bought some fish. As Foggert wandered, he stumbled upon some overly friendly folks looking for permanently partnered professionals. He was thrilled. He fancied the notion of working with the same people day in and day out, sure that he'd form the unbreakable bonds of friendship. Foggert had no fear of lonely days ahead. Foggert worked with glee. Foggert and his new friend Sand sauntered through the sand. They snuck down into the seedy swamp. They spied and swiftly shot into the sprawling swamp city. Foggert's eyes widened as he saw heaps of holistic hemp for sale, and he purchased it eagerly. Meanwhile, Sand got a fancy new outfit. They smuggled themselves through the swamp and into a nearby town to offload the fantastic pharma for quite a margin. Foggert was ecstatic and bought matching outfits for him and his friend. They scaled up the operation, their fortune growing with every sale. But during a run to the swamp, the heroes found themselves surrounded by vicious bone dogs. "Flee, Foggert," Sand shouted. "I'll be right behind you." Foggert panicked, looking back. Sand was nowhere to be seen. He found his worst fear. Sand had proven her bravery and saved her friend Foggert. Foggert grieved. He could no longer look forward to further intersections of their sojourn, but
He found solace knowing Sand's path could never be untangled from his own. With newfound wisdom, Foggert set off to live life well, knowing that even if he journeyed alone, Sand was right behind him.
Every friend that came his way, cherished them each and every day. When they parted on their way, their memories with him did stay. Foggert's life was full of wonder, every moment a chance to ponder. Though his time was not forever,